Hey, what's up? Don't click away. Today I'm going to be covering these Nasan iPhone molds. What is up, guys? Thanks for tuning in and checking out this episode. If this is your first time here and you guys enjoy all things tech and repair related, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and smack that bell so you're notified on our latest videos. If you guys have any questions, comments, or suggestions, or even need a screen repair, please visit us at www.mrphonedoctor.com. And if there is something you do want to see in further detail, please leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to make a video on that. Alright guys, thanks once again for tuning in and checking out this episode. So today I'm going to be covering these Nasan iPhone molds. I was lucky enough to get my hands on some. Thank you Nasan for sending me these items. I'm very eager to put these guys to work. So y'all may be wondering what these molds are used for. Well, that's very simple. These are used as a template to put over your iPhone so your fiber optic laser can go in and cut around all the sensitive areas on the iPhone. So you can see that you have I believe this is probably laser etched back. And each one of these templates, you can see how it is actually cut out to have all the sensitive areas covered. So you can see how you have your camera covered, you have your charging port IC flex down here, you have your other volume buttons blocked out and your flash and all that good stuff. So these are really cool. Now I'm pretty excited to try this out. I know there's a lot of you guys out there who have had some bad luck with the alignment on the template and it cutting in and damaging, you know, some sensitive areas, thus causing the camera, mics, or something like that not to work properly. So these are going to allow us to omit a lot of those errors. So we're going to put this bad boy to work. We actually have a iPhone 11 Pro Max that we're going to go ahead and laser. So you guys can see here how this actually sits over and it covers all these sensitive areas, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and set the phone in here so you guys can see in further detail. So the phone's just going to sit in here. Once you have it set in there, we can just put this mold over and you can see how it protects all the areas. There's that sensitive flex right here, which this is covering. You can see right there on the back glass where it's cracked, you can see all these sensitive parts right here. Now they do make this for every single model that's out there, so they are not interchangeable, unfortunately. With Apple, they do change around the components and where things are at, so you will need one for each series of phone, whether it be an iPhone 8 through iPhone 12, okay? You know, and they are relatively cheap. I think they're about $15 US. I'll leave a link down below so you guys can purchase them directly from Nasan, and I believe there's another retailer locally in the US that offers them. It might be Mobile Centrics and Injured Gadgets. So that is pretty much it, guys. That is how this is going to work in a nutshell. Let's go to the back and let's set up our laser and I'll show you guys how we run a pass on this mold. Alright guys, welcome back to the lab. So this is the M triangle fiber optic laser that we're going to be using today. So I do have it paired up with the Refox. This is the DFE20. Really cool little machine. This is a fume extractor, so it helps get all the fumes and everything out of here. So setup on this is relatively pretty simple. All we need to do is just turn the machine on and it will not recognize until you run the software, so always make sure you have the software running. What we'll need to do is we'll need to create a mask, and the mask is actually going to be a area that we tell on the software that we want it to laser everything around here. Since this template covers all the sensitive areas, it's safe for us to have the laser just go through and pass through this whole rectangle shape here. So let me show you guys real quick on the software how to create a mask. First things you do want to do is you want to go ahead and run the software. We're going to go ahead and go to MT right here. This is the software for the fiber optic laser. Once we have that open, we're going to want to just choose this mask option, which is up here. Let me see, where are you? There it is, right there. And we are going to drag. So we're dragging here. We're going to make a little rectangle. And then once you have that drag there and showing, we're going to go to fill. And the fill is this icon here. And we're going to just go ahead and choose OK. And there we have our black rectangle filled. So we're going to go ahead and run the red light found right here just to confirm, make sure that everything is almost square. And I got it pretty dang close. Let me show you guys where it's at right now on the laser machine. So that is where I hit. We are right perfect up on top here on this edge. We just do need to move up, and then I believe we might need to make it bigger. So when you set this in here, you can see where the laser is going to hit. So it needs to go up, I'd say about a good 3/4 inch, and we need to make it bigger from the lower right hand side. So let's go back to our laser machine and we'll make those adjustments. All right, let's go ahead and make those adjustments. We're going to want to stop this here. So once you click that cursor, you are going to want to just drag from the left and make this bigger. So it made it a little bit bigger. Okay, so once you have this here, you want to go ahead and zoom out just so we can see more surface area. And that's our whole surface area that we're working with. And try to adjust these bars here. So let's go ahead and red light that. Let's see how that looks real quick. And if it's not okay, we'll make some more adjustments. All right, so there you can see how I went ahead and made all the proper adjustments. Everything is sitting perfectly within this red laser mark. So we can now safely enter the phone. We'll go ahead and set this in here. And you do also want to make sure that you galvanize it, make sure that you adjust the focal length. So we'll set this in here. The phone does need to sit flush. So I'm going to make sure I press down on here just so we get a nice press. Because if the phone's too high or too low, the focal length on here is not going to blast any of the glass, okay? So let's go ahead and set this on here. And we can go ahead and begin. There it goes. You can see it etching away down here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on our little refox so we can extract all these fumes that are poured in here. So pretty cool. You can see how this mold, it is getting some tarnish here because it is hitting, but you can also see down here in the other areas how it actually is cutting this glass. And of course, it's relieving us from all the sensitive areas in here. Now, the good thing with this fiber optic laser is that it's so precise, it'll go in right in between all these little areas here. So no need to worry, okay? All right, the first pass has finished, and overall in time, it took about 20 minutes, for those of you guys wondering. So let's go ahead and reveal. I want to see how precise everything went on here. Look at that. Look how pretty. It's cool, the concepts of how they think outside of the box to get this, created, and, it's just really, really cool. So good job, Nasan. I'm really happy with this. So let's take a look. You can see how we have all the sensitive areas blocked off and covered. There was no clipping of the actual frame bezel or the camera lenses, which is pretty common. Sometimes whenever you're doing this, you end up clipping the camera lens or even overlapping and hitting the bezel. So this is actually a really, really error-proof solution. So I would highly recommend this for, new technicians, people out there that want to get started in back glass repair and don't want to learn the hard way by zapping a sensitive area. I highly, highly recommend this for you guys. But yeah, look at that. So it's good. And I believe the glass should just all come off simply. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the back lab and finish cleaning this off. And I'm going to take a look and see if it's going to need a second pass. Normally we only do one pass because we notice that everything sits nice and flush. So I'll be judging it and seeing how well the glue comes off. If it's okay, then we won't do another pass. But overall, this is really, really cool. So I'm not going to show you guys removing the back glass. If you do want to see me remove the iPhone 11 Pro back glass, I'm going to go and leave a link up above. You guys can click on that and you can check out that video on the process. So, all right, guys. So that's going to wrap up our Nasan mold tutorial. Really hope you guys got some useful information on how these molds work. And I did want to show you guys the finished outcome of this device. You can take a look how smooth and everything ended up on here. You didn't have any overage of the laser zapping any of the frame due to the fact of these molds keeping everything secure and out of the way of the laser. But we did get some tarnishing. You can see on this one, this is the Pro Max that we used. It did get a little bit of tarnishing from the laser, but that's not a problem. That's why they make these out of metal, so that way any kind of laser beams or anything like that are not going to affect it. And you're going to get a nice, clean finish on your device. So there you go. See that? Camera lens were unzapped. And of course, the bezel unzapped as well. So overall, like I said, I do recommend any new technician out there that is looking into doing back glass replacements. Highly recommend you guys getting your hand on these molds. I'll go ahead and leave a link down below so you guys could take a look and see where you guys want to purchase these if you guys like to. Once again, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and make sure to check out our social media platforms also. I'll leave those down below. You guys have a great one. Cheers.